So hello everyone, welcome back to the new video, and in this video we are going to talk about the gymnosperm. Okay, and the gymnosperms, we are going to talk about their characteristics as well as their classification. So first of all, students, you have to understand that gymnosperms, okay, they are seed bearing plants. Okay, so this is the chief characteristic of a gymnosperm. Okay, and they will produce this special feature about them, that they will produce the seeds, but the seeds are naked. So what does the naked seed means? It means that seeds, they are not protected by the endosperm, that is the fruit covering. Okay, so usually as in case of the mango, like you can see, there will be fleshy coat is there, right, outside the mango seed. So that kind of fleshy coat is not there. So those group of seed bearing plant that will produce the naked seeds, okay, that is, their seeds are not enclosed within the fruit, are known as gymnosperms. Okay, and they are among the oldest plant group. Okay, so they are the oldest plant group, and they have evolved long before the flowering plants. Okay, and the flowering plants include the angiosperms. Okay, so now let's talk about the characteristics. So first of all, we are going to talk about is their habitat. Okay, so they can be found in wide range of habitat. Okay, that can range from cold to arid region. Okay, and they can also be found in the deserts also, and they will dominate the coniferous forest in temperate and subarctic region. Okay, the second is about their structure. Okay, so the gymnosperm, students, they are the vascular plant. Okay, so what kind of plant they are? They are the vascular plants, and we all know what is the meaning of the vascular plant. The vascular plants are those that have the well developed xylem and phloem for the conduction of water, nutrient and the minerals. Okay, so they will possess both the xylem as well as the phloem, okay, for the water and nutrient conduction. If we talk about the sporophyte, then sporophyte is the dominant phase. Okay, this is the dominant phase, and the plant body. Okay, so what does the plant body contain? They have true roots, stems and leaves. Okay, so students, there are long trees, okay, like a pine tree and all. Okay, those are the gymnosperm. So the tree, you can also understand it like this, that the trunk portion of several gymnosperm, they are used for making, they are very hard and durable, so they are used for making the furniture also. Okay, so the gymnosperm, they will have the two roots, stems and the leaves. And if we talk about the roots, then the roots are taproot. Okay, and they can be, the roots can be in symbiotic relation. Okay, example, caraloid roots in Cycads. Okay, they have the symbiotic association with the nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria. And if we talk about the stem, so it can be woody also. Okay, like in the example of the pine tree, and it can be unbranched also. Okay, like there is a cycas. So in the cycas it is unbranched, and in the pine tree the stem is the woody one. Okay, and the leaf, if we talk about the leaves, it can be needle like. Okay, as in the case of the pine tree. Okay, and this needle like structure is to reduce the water loss. Okay, and it can be tough also, leathery also, and it can be scale like also. Okay, so these all modification, they will help the plant for the water conservation. Okay, so this is about the structure. And if we talk about the reproduction, student, then In the gymnosperm, the reproduction is the heterosporous. Okay, so it means that it will produce two types of spores, that is the microspore and the megaspore. So it is heterosporous. Okay, so they will produce the male, that is the microspores, and the female, that is the megaspores. Okay, so the male and student, the female reproductive structure, they are bones on the cones. Okay, so we all know, we call them strobili. And the male cones, that is the microsporangiate, they will produce the pollen grains. Okay, the male gametophyte. And the female cones, they are known as megasporangiae, and they will contain the ovules. Okay, the female gametophyte. And pollination occurs by the wind, that is they are in the gymnosperms are anemophilous, that pollination is occurring by the help of wind. Okay, and this will lead to the fertilization and seed formation. And the fourth one is, and we know that they will have the naked seed. Okay, and this naked seed, they develop on the surface of the megasporophylls and are not enclosed in any kind of fruit. Okay, and they are protected by the seed coat, but they will remain the exposed only. Okay, now students, let's talk about quickly about the classification. So the gymnosperm, they are divided into four groups. The first one is the Cycadophyta. Okay, they are also known as Cycads. Okay, the second one is the Gnetophyta. Okay, they are also known as Gnetum. The third one is the Coniferophyta, and they are known as Conifers. And the last one is the Ginkgophyta, and they are also known as Ginkgo. Okay, so let's talk about the, first of all, about the Cycadophyta, or I can just write it here, Cycads. Let's talk about the Cycads. So they are the ancient. Okay, and they are palm-like. And what else they possess? They have the unbranched stem, and they will have the large compound leaves. Okay, so these are the features of the species that belongs to the cycads. And students, they are the dioecious plants. So what do you mean by the dioecious plant? So the dioecious plant, male and female plant cones, they will occur on the separate plants. Okay, and the example includes the cycas and zamia. Okay, now let's talk about the Gnetophyta. Okay, and gymnosperm. Okay, here those species that will have the angiosperm like features. Are included in this group. Okay, so what are the angiosperm like features? That is, they will have the vessels in the xylems. Okay, so in the xylem there will be a vessel in xylem. And the example here includes the Gnetophyta, ephedra. Okay, the third group includes the Coniferophyta, Coniferophyta. Okay, or the conifers. Okay, and this represents the largest group. Okay, this is the largest group of gymnosperms, and they will mostly contains the evergreen tree. Okay, and the leaves are like needles. Okay, this is for to conserve the waters. Okay, and they are monoecious in the nature. So I already told you that the dioecious plant, they will have the male and female cones on the separate plant. However, in the monoecious plant, both the male and female cones, they are on the same plant. So the Coniferophyta, they will include the monoecious species, and some species are dioecious also. Okay. And the example includes pine, citrus, and the abies. Okay. And the last group we are going to talk about is today is the Ginkgophyta. So I will write it here, Ginkgo. They are also known as Ginkgo. Okay. So they are represented by single living species. Okay. That is known as Ginkgo biloba. So there is in this group there is only single species, Ginkgo biloba. And this Ginkgo biloba is also known as living fossil. So if somebody asks you in the examination, can you name one living fossil, then it is the Ginkgo biloba. Okay. And this is the deciduous tree. Okay. And the leaves are of fan shaped. Okay. Now quickly let's talk about the economical and ecological importance, okay, of gymnosperms. So the gymnosperms, they are very important. Okay, so they will have the first one, ecological role. So what ecological role they will have? They will help in the carbon sequestration. Okay, and they will help in the ecosystem stability. Okay, and they are the most dominant form of vegetation in any forest. Okay, the second one is the timber and wood. So I already told you that the wood or the trunk of the gymnosperm, they are used for making the high quality furnitures. Okay, for example the pine tree, okay, and the deodar. And they are also used for making the pulp is also used for making the paper in the paper industries. Okay, and the third one includes the resins and oil. They are also playing an important role in producing the resin as well as the oil. Okay, and these resins, they are used in varnishing and adhesive purposes. Like the resin from the pine, it is used for varnishing. Okay, and they are also used as an adhesive. Okay, because they are sticky. And there are essential oils. Some species, they will produce the essential oil, example the citrus. So the essential oil is used for the medicinal purposes. Okay, so I already told you medicinal properties, but if we talk about the specific medicinal usage, then ephedra is also there. Okay, so ephedra is the source of drug, that is the ephedrine. Okay, and this is used for treating the various kind of asthmas and the allergies. And beside this, the last important role is the ornamental value. Okay, so there are species like Ginkgo and Cycads, okay, that will have the decorative roles. Okay,